You ever look around at your friends and realize something weird is happening? Like, on paper, you all make similar money. You all live similar lives. But something inside you has changed. Money doesn't hit the same way anymore. You're not stressed about bills. You're not excited about sales. You're not freaking out when your car breaks down. And the wildest part? Nobody else even notices. You're building wealth in silence while everyone around you is still playing the same broke game they have always played. If you felt this shift, this quiet evolution where you're somehow becoming financially stronger without making a big deal about it, this video is going to confirm what you already suspected. You're not the same person you were a year ago. You're leveling up. And most people around you have no idea it's even happening. Let's start with the most obvious one. You stop trying to look rich. This is massive. Most people never escaped this trap. They spend their entire lives chasing the appearance of wealth. New clothes every season. Latest phone every year. Car they can barely afford. Dinners at expensive restaurants they post on Instagram. Trips they finance with credit cards. It's all a performance. A desperate attempt to prove to everyone else that they've made it. But you've outgrown that game. You realize something that most people never figure out. Looking rich and being rich are complete opposites. The people who look the richest are usually the most broke. They're stretched thin, maxed out, one emergency away from collapse. Meanwhile, the actual wealthy people are walking around in regular clothes, driving regular cars, living in normal neighborhoods. Why? Because they figured out that real wealth is invisible. It's in bank accounts, investment portfolios, retirement funds, assets that grow while you sleep. Not in stuff you wear or drive. When you hit this realization, everything changes. You stop feeling the need to impress people. You walk past designer stores without feeling anything. You see your friends buying expensive stuff, and you don't feel jealous or left out. You feel relieved that you're not wasting money on things that lose value the second you buy them. That relief, that sense of control, that's the first real sign you're becoming wealthier than the people around you. Your friends are still stuck in a comparison game. They buy things because other people bought them. They upgrade because everyone else is upgrading. They're not making decisions based on what they actually need or want. They're making decisions based on fear. Fear of being judged. Fear of looking broke. Fear of being left behind. But you've escaped that prison. And once you're out, you can see how insane it all is. The second sign is even more subtle. You've started delaying gratification without it feeling like torture. Most people can't do this. They want everything right now. They see something, they want it, they buy it. Instant reward. Instant dopamine hit. Instant regret when the credit card bill comes. Their entire financial life is built on immediate satisfaction. And that's exactly why they stay broke. But you've changed. You see something you want, and instead of immediately buying it, you pause. You think about it. You wait a few days. And most of the time, the urge just disappears. You realize you didn't actually want it. You just wanted the feeling of buying something. And now that you understand the difference, you're free. This is the skill that separates people who build wealth from people who stay stuck. Investors understand delayed gratification. They put money into index funds and don't touch it for decades. Entrepreneurs understand it. They reinvest profits instead of spending them. People with strong retirement accounts understand it. They sacrifice small pleasures today for massive security tomorrow. Your friends are still living paycheck to paycheck, spending everything they earn, wondering why they never get ahead. You're building something they can't see yet. And every month you wait, every purchase you skip, every dollar you invest instead of spend, you're pulling further ahead. Before we keep going, if you're starting to realize you're on a different path than the people around you, hit that subscribe button for Money Trap channel. We're out here showing you the money game nobody else is willing to explain. No motivational garbage, no get-rich-quick schemes. Just the raw truth about how wealth actually works. Alright, let's keep going. Third sign. You stop competing with your friends financially. This one is huge. Most people are stuck in this invisible competition with everyone around them. Their friend buys a new car, suddenly they want one too. Their friend goes on vacation, they feel broke and left out. Their friend gets a promotion, they feel like a failure. Everything is relative. Everything is a comparison. And it's exhausting. But something shifted in you. You stopped measuring your life against other people. When your friend buys something expensive, you don't feel jealous. You feel genuinely happy for them. When someone gets a raise, you congratulate them without that bitter taste in your mouth. Why? Because you're not in the same race anymore. You're playing a completely different game. Your friends are competing for who looks the most successful. You're competing with your past self. They're focused on spending. You're focused on building. They care about what people think. You care about what your bank account says. And this shift in focus is everything. The moment you stop looking sideways and start looking forward, you begin winning. Because you're no longer distracted by what everyone else is doing. You're locked in on your own goals, your own timeline, your own definition of success. This doesn't mean you're suddenly rich. It means your mindset is rich. And mindset always comes before money. Always. People who think like broke people stay broke forever, no matter how much they earn. People who think like wealthy people eventually become wealthy, even if they start with nothing. Fourth sign. You'd rather learn than be entertained. This is where you really start separating from the pack. Most people use their free time to escape. Netflix binges, endless scrolling, video games, partying, anything to avoid thinking about their life or their problems. And there's nothing wrong with entertainment. But when entertainment becomes your default mode, you stop growing. You started using your time differently. Instead of binge watching shows, you're watching videos about investing. Instead of scrolling memes, you're reading about personal finance. Instead of getting wasted every weekend, you're learning about real estate, index funds, dividend stocks, portfolio diversification. You're not doing this because someone told you to. You're doing it because you're genuinely interested. You've realized that learning about money is more valuable than almost anything else you could be doing. Your friends might think you're boring now. They might say things like, "Why are you so serious? You're young, just have fun. Stop worrying so much about money." But you know something they don't. Time is your biggest advantage. The earlier you start learning about wealth, the easier everything becomes. Compound interest, smart investments, financial literacy, these things take time to work. And the people who start early end up miles ahead of the people who wait. You're not trying to become the smartest person in the room. You're just trying to be smarter than you were yesterday. And that consistent growth is what builds real wealth over time. Your friends are staying the same. You're evolving. And every day that gap gets wider. Fifth sign. You track your money without freaking out. Most people avoid looking at their finances. It's too stressful, too depressing, too overwhelming. They don't want to see how much they spent last month or how little they saved. So they just ignore it and hope everything works out. Spoiler alert, it never does. But you've done the opposite. You started tracking everything. Where your money comes from, where it goes, how much you're saving, how much you're investing. You check your accounts regularly. You monitor your portfolio. You stay aware. And here's the key. It doesn't stress you out anymore. You're not scared to look at your numbers because you know they're under control. This is a massive psychological shift. When tracking money stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like power, you've crossed a line most people never cross. You're in control. You've built systems. You've created habits. Money is no longer this mysterious force that appears and disappears randomly. It's a tool you manage intentionally. Your friends might be earning the same amount as you, maybe even more, but because they're not paying attention, they're always broke. They have no idea where their money goes. They just know it's gone, but you know exactly where every dollar is. And that awareness creates opportunities they don't even see. Sixth sign. You've become selective with your time and energy. Wealth isn't just about money. It's about the mindset that protects money. And a huge part of that mindset is valuing your time. You've started noticing that some people drain you. Some conversations feel pointless. Some plans feel like a waste. And instead of forcing yourself to participate out of obligation or guilt, you've started saying no. You're choosing who you spend time with. You're choosing what you do with your weekends. You're choosing environments that make you better instead of worse. This isn't about being antisocial or thinking you're better than everyone. It's about recognizing that time is the most valuable resource you have. You can always make more money. You can't make more time. So you protect it. You're intentional with it. And that intentionality shows up in every area of your life, including your finances. People who waste time usually waste money. People who protect their time usually protect their money. It's all connected. And the fact that you are starting to see these connections means you are thinking on a different level than most people around you. Seventh sign. You make decisions based on logic, not emotions or social pressure. This is where it gets real. Most people make terrible financial decisions because they're emotional. They buy things to feel better. They spend money to impress people. They avoid investing because they're scared. They follow trends because everyone else is doing it. Their entire financial life is driven by feelings and other people's opinions. But you've changed. You've started making decisions differently. Before you spend money, you ask questions. Does this align with my goals? Will this add value long term? Is this worth the opportunity cost? You think in terms of consequences. You think in terms of returns. You think in terms of impact. Your friends see a sale and immediately buy. You see a sale and ask if you even need it. Your friends go out every weekend because that's what the group does. You skip plans that don't make sense for your budget or your goals. Your friends finance things they can't afford. You save until you can buy it outright, or you just don't buy it at all. This level of discipline and logic creates a quiet confidence that people start noticing. You're not reckless. You're not impulsive. You're not easily swayed. And that steadiness is a sign of someone who's building real wealth, not just pretending to have it. Eighth sign. You've become emotionally independent from money. This is the final and most powerful sign. You've stopped treating money as your identity. You don't panic when your account is low. You don't get overly excited when money comes in. You don't spiral into anxiety every time an unexpected expense pops up. Money has become neutral. It's data, not drama. It's a tool, not your worth. This kind of emotional independence is rare. It means you've built stability. You have systems in place. You have an emergency fund. You're investing monthly. You're planning for retirement. You've created a foundation that keeps you steady no matter what happens. Your friends are still riding the emotional roller coaster, stressed when money is tight, reckless when money shows up, anxious about the future because they have no plan, but you're calm, you're consistent. You stay the course whether times are good or bad. And that consistency is what builds wealth over decades. Not luck, not windfalls, not get-rich-quick schemes. Consistency, discipline, systems. That's the formula. And you figured it out while most people are still guessing. Here's the thing. If even 3 or 4 of these signs resonated with you, you're not becoming wealthier someday. You're becoming wealthier right now. It's happening. Silently, steadily, internally. Most people won't see it yet because wealth is invisible at first. It's in the decisions you're making, the habits you're building, the mindset you're developing. It doesn't show up in your lifestyle. It shows up in your bank account, your investment portfolio, your financial security. Your friends might still look richer than you. They might have nicer cars, fancier clothes, bigger apartments. But you know the truth. They're a house of cards. One emergency away from disaster. Meanwhile, you're building a foundation that can't be shaken. You're creating real wealth while they're creating the illusion of it. And eventually, that gap becomes impossible to ignore. The people around you might not understand what's happening. They might think you're cheap or boring or too serious. Let them think whatever they want. You're not doing this for their approval. You're doing this for your future. And your future self is going to thank you for every dollar you saved, every investment you made, every impulse you resisted. This is the game. Most people never figure it out. They spend their entire lives chasing the wrong things, impressing the wrong people, making the wrong decisions. But you're different. You've seen through the illusion. You've chosen a different path. And that path leads somewhere most people never reach. Financial freedom, real security, actual wealth. If this video hit different, if you're realizing you're already on the path, even if you're just starting, don't keep this to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who's stuck in the same cycle you escaped. Someone who's ready to change, but doesn't know where to start. This is the kind of knowledge that changes lives. Don't let it stop with you. And whatever video pops up on your screen next, watch it. We're building something here. A community of people who refuse to stay broke while pretending to be rich. People who want the real thing, not the fake version. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep leveling up. Your friends won't understand now, but they'll see it eventually. And when they ask how you did it, you'll know exactly what to tell them.